So I'm in the bunker. There's a banner hanging that says "Infectious Ape." I don't know what the fuck that is. Probably an NFT. For some reason, there's a Joe Rogan poster in the fashion of the Obama Dream poster done by Shepard Fairey. So none of this stuff has anything to do with graffiti. But I will say this. I will say that this game is really well made. I mean, this shit is rendered the fuck out. I'm looking at the ceiling. There's a projector. We're gonna paint. Should we do a tutorial? Let's do a tutorial. Should we run through that real quick? Is that annoying, Jason? Does that bother you? You never got my. Oh, cool. I can DJ. Great. Let me just DJ. Am I gonna DJ? Yeah. This is what you do. Is if you're an elemental graffiti writer, you have to start off your graffiti session with some DJing. Oh, look, I'm interacting. He gave me a can. This disembodied guy gave me a can. He told me to go over there. We'll do a little beep, a little boop, a little... Perfect. Now I'm a modern day street artist. Pay me $300,000 a pop in NFTs, and I'm rich. This is really the state of art right now, right here. If I was smart, I would just do this for the next 10 years and just retire. Happily just do this. This is it. If anybody wants this, they can have it. Let's get rid of that. I don't want anyone to steal my amazing design. Clean. Yes, okay. So, first of all, do you have any idea how I can get the can into the proper hand? So now we have Cyclops, Feather Duster, Standard. We'll do a standard cap. We'll pick a nice contrasty color. We'll pick a pink. I guess what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna do a simple piece. We'll start painting, you know? Does anyone have any, this is a pretty fat cap. You wanna get some collars? Sure, let's get some collars. I feel like fucking Bob Ross right now. Yeah, we'll do a little bing bong. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to paint. I gotta teleport to paint this whole wall. Well, this thing's all jittery, man. What the hell's going on? So I'm painting a giant. The paint flow's nice, pretty good. It's a little weird. It's pretty fat. It says it's a standard cap, but it feels pretty fat. I think I'm gonna try to keep it simple because I just don't know how this is gonna go, you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in VR, I'm doing a piece. I'm a has-been who never was. From a great crew, though, I'll tell you that much. One of the best crews in the world, if you ask me. And if you ask a bunch of other writers, they really couldn't deny that in our time and space, we were running shit. But, you know, that's ancient history. Or is it? Maybe we're making a comeback. Shout out to the fellas from the almighty AWR MSK 7th Letter Gang. Watching me just fucking whack the fuck out. Boom, we got a couple letters going. Doing a very simple piece. I'm gonna teleport over here. I'm gonna catch a little paint on my. I just painted my visor. That wasn't smart. Collars? You gonna have collars or what? Yo, Bam Bam Zigolo, what's popping?
I've been in the hospital for a very extended amount of time, in under a year. I was in a very serious car accident. On May 8th of 2021, I broke 21 bones and had a collapsed lung.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, shit is not sweet over here in my corner, to be honest.
Wait a minute, hold on. When did you have this accident again?
I had this accident in May 8th of 2021.
And
so like almost a year ago.
Back in the hospital because of complications from said accident?
Yes, well, complications from a surgery that is supposed to help me after the accident. Yeah, it's very fucking difficult, and like the medical world is so fucking confusing.
It's scary, man. Hospitals are a motherfucker, huh?
Yeah, it's oh, dude, I can't even begin to explain, honestly.
Well, first of all, before I say anything that's like, you know, before I say anything, I want to say that I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm trying to preface whatever conversation we have with a disclaimer to say that I'm sorry that this happened to you, in case I say something to you that's horrible, because I might. Okay.
No, look, I can handle some jokes. Okay, just don't be like flat out rude. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's part of joking is being rude. Okay. Now I'm gonna say no. Listen, I'm in the. You know what's cool about this game is if I come out of the box, I can see the real world in black and white, and it's fucked up. I can see Jason on my couch. It's so weird, like stepping out of reality into stepping out of surreality, stepping out of VR into reality by sticking your head outside the grid. Anyway, so last year you got into a near fatal car accident. You almost died for sure.
Yeah.
What happened, man? What the fuck?
Well, I couldn't actually tell you what happened. I don't remember the accident itself. I don't remember my first 3 days in the hospital, but what was told to me by the person that found me on the side of the road was that I was going down this 2-lane road, and there was like an Amazon or a FedEx truck, some kind of delivery truck on the side of the road, and I was trying to pass it. I was trying to get into the other lane to go around it, and I saw headlights coming, and instead of hitting that car head on, I swerved to the side of the road, lost control of my car, and just wrapped around a tree.
And you were completely sober?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, like I smoked pot, but I wasn't like
that
blasted.
Doesn't count. That doesn't count. I used to drive around so fucking blitzed on weed, and I swear to God, I really believed it made me a better, more focused driver. But I don't know if that's true. But anyways, I digress. Listen, that's horse shit. And you broke everything. I mean, it's 20. There's only 20 bones in the human body. You broke 27.
I broke 21.
21. Okay. Well,
I broke 4 ribs. I broke 7 vertebrae. I broke my shoulder in 2 places, my collarbone and my scapula, the shoulder blade. And they didn't find that a bone in my wrist was broken until 7 months after the accident. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Fuck. Just your wrist.
Yeah, but the wrist is complicated because it's a small bone called the scaphoid, which is like at the bottom of your thumb, right? And the way that, like, it's a small bone with not a lot of blood flow, so it's hard to show up on an x-ray, which is why it was missed. Also, that's why it hasn't, like, healed in this much time. So what the doctors said that they had to do is a bone graft, which basically they'd take bone from my hip and put it into my wrist so that it can heal. And it's really fucking complicated. But there were some complications after the surgery. Like, I still haven't peed. This surgery happened on Friday. I still haven't peed on my own.
Oh, I remember you. I saw you in the Discord. This is a terrible story. This is terrible that it happened. It's terrible on many levels. It's terrible that this happened to you, and also it's just a horrible story because it's just sad. And there's I hope you get better. I think that I think you'll heal. Here's what I propose. I propose that the entire Discord find a moment. We're gonna test a theory here. We're gonna get the entire Discord to find a moment next week, and we're gonna engage in group prayer as powerful truth angels. We're gonna pick an anointed time, probably 4:20 on a Wednesday, I'm guessing. I'm gonna let Chody head this up, and we're gonna all get together. We're gonna drop everything. We're gonna give him 5 minutes of prayer and meditation, and maybe something will happen. Maybe his wrist bones will fuse. Maybe he'll get a hard on. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's all I can do for you.
Please. No, I have a catheter right now. I can't handle.
Oh no, Jesus Christ! That's been okay. You have a catheter. That's been my worst nightmare my entire life, and I pray that it doesn't happen to me.
I had 7 in the past 4 days.
And they don't numb you. They just drop that fucker in there, right?
Oh yeah, they just shove her in. They don't stop until it hits the back.
Oh no, it's just so many kinds of terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear this.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Did they got you loaded up with a bunch of drugs or what?
For the most part, I mean, I'm on some hydrocodone. They did have me some morphine for a while, but I wanted the IV out because it was in such a bad place. It was in like that crease where your elbow is, and I can only use one hand because one was operated on, and so I can't. It was like they're like, don't bend your arm and just have this fucking thing like sticking constantly inside of your vein every time you bend it, or we can take it out and just give you like pill medicine.
Okay, so again, this is getting just so terrible to listen to. We're gonna have to go because it's very sad.
So he's got something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have something to talk about besides your horrible, terrible injuries? What do you got?
Yeah. I got a pretty good sneaky story for you. This isn't one that I necessarily shared with Jason before getting on here, but this one it's very short, it's very sweet. I worked at a company that specializes in packaging delivery. Okay, we'll keep it that blank. Okay.
Okay.
While I was there was a supervisor that like really, really like just fucking pissed me off. He is like, I'm an hourly worker. I'm young, so they just wanted to run plumb over me. They wanted to load me up with as much heavy shit that I could do, and I wasn't having it. Like it just built up so much one day, and one day, like this guy was just being a total shit to me, and he left me a bunch of work to do. And when he left his car keys over there, like Audi car keys, some expensive ass car keys. And so, I just decided maybe I'll just slip them in my pocket for a little bit and see what the plan from there is, because I knew I needed to get back at him for all the bullshit that he's done to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, what do I do with these? Like, there's definitely a camera in this place that caught me picking up the keys, but what can I do with them? There's no way I can get them out because there's security to like even leave the building. I mean, you're dealing with packages and shit. So like, I had this brilliant fucking idea that I would just drop his keys in a random package and send them to wherever the package needed to be sent.
Get the fuck out of
here. That's what I did.
You mailed his keys somewhere?
Oh. Yeah, to like Brazil or Oklahoma or wherever.
Jesus Christ. I mean, do you ever think about the irony of the karma of you mailing someone's keys away and then shortly after getting into a horrific car wreck? Do you think karma is that serious? Because it might be.
I really hope it's not that serious.
What if it is? What if Buddha is fucking watching you and he wakes up from his fucking, 200,000 year slumber and catches that piece of larceny and decides, you know what, I'm gonna fuck this guy right in his ass. It might be real. You might, because I'm gonna say this. Your boss, your boss is your boss, and sometimes you just gotta like do what the fucker says.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't know. That's not helpful. Listen, you can't go around mailing people's keys to Brazil. You just can't. That's just like. You just can't do it.
Hey, man, it was a one-time thing. Okay, could you really hold it against me? The guy was like giving me so much shit to do.
You're mad because the guy at your job asked you to work?
No. He asked me to work, and like I already had work that I needed to do, and then he asked me to do his work.
Oh, that old fucking.
See what I'm saying now?
I mean, yeah, but listen,
yeah.
I'm not gonna co-sign for mailing the guy's keys to Brazil because he asked you to work a little harder on a Friday. How old are you?
I mean, I'm 22.
Yeah, this is a generational issue. I was just talking to Jason about this earlier. You kids, man, you don't want to work. Nobody wants to work anymore. Everybody wants to be Addison Rae and just do TikToks, And it's like,
hell no, I don't want to do that.
We can't all do that. We can't all do that. I'm chastising you for mailing the guy's keys to Brazil. This has nothing to do with your accident, even though I said it did. I hope you hope you a speedy recovery. Let's get that prayer group started. Like and subscribe. Wishes and dreams. And let's get you're 22. Here's the good news, okay? You're 22. You're going to heal. You're going to make it through this. You're going to be up and running. This will be a distant manner. You might have some weird clicking noises in your collarbone. Your left leg might not ever work properly, but you're going to heal up really good. And we live in the future. Science is getting great. You can get a new body pretty soon. I wouldn't worry too much.
Oh, yeah, that's totally true, man. The metaverse, I'll just upload myself there.
Dude, upload yourself into the consciousness. I'm in the metaverse right now just doing a really bad piece. I think I'm going to erase it. I think I'm done. I think painting and talking is just so distracting that I just completely... I'm going to redo... it's not that bad. I could salvage this piece if I wanted to. Do I want to? I'm still in the kiddie room, though, Anyways, listen, heal up. Don't mail anyone's keys to Brazil because your boss asked you to stay late for a half hour. Sometimes it's like, you got to toe the line. I mean, listen, I was talking to someone the other day. If we do have World War III, World War II, the country, worked together and the women went and made munitions, or maybe that's World War I. Rosie the Riveter. Jason, do you know? You don't know. World War II. That's World War II. Rosie the Riveter. All the men were out fighting the war. All the women made bombs. We all banded together. Now, granted, horrible racist time in a crazily racist country, and things have changed a lot, and we're still kind of dealing with that. But I will say that Never again will America band together like they did in the olden days. So when we do have World War III, it's going to be like, let's say we get invaded. Let's say we do get invaded and it happens. Let's say our military is out, fucking around in Ukraine and we're fully engaged. And then they pull a full Red Dawn and invade us. Well, the problem is like, we're going to have so much infighting in the militias, right? You're going to have so many, because like, Antifa isn't really going to be super well armed. I mean, I think they kind of go out there with like ice cream scoops and cardboard fluff cannons. And then on the right, they have all the fucking weapons, and they're not gonna work with Antifa, right? And the right's gonna be going one way, and then you have the gangs, and the gangs are just gonna be out looting. I don't think they're gonna fight. So we're just ripe, right? There is no unity in this country.
Oh yeah. So, we're like way too head heavy. Like if somebody even just gives us the slightest push, we'd fall straight over.
And you know where that starts, my friend? In the workplace. When people mail people's keys to another country because they don't like being made to work an extra half hour. I mean, can you imagine? You kids are out of your minds. I got to tell you. All right, man, heal up. Have a good time. Have a good time. Heal up. Yeah. Mend your bones. Prayer circle for this man. And let's figure out what's going on next. Make this next call not as sad, Jason. I can't. I'm trying to do a burner right now.
Appreciate it, Tone. Thank you.
All right. Magic Spoon. Listen, I'm a guy who's watching his sugar intake all the time, and sometimes I can't control myself. I need a nice sweet treat, and I want something that takes me back to the days of Thundercaps and He-Man, and delicious fruity cereals, Saturday morning cartoons, and just curling up in a ball with your blanket. And you know what I miss? Cereal. And it's part of the best parts of being a kid. I just said that. It's usually full of sugar. I'll tell you this too. I like this cereal. I eat it. I have boxes of it in the pantry because it tastes great. It doesn't have the sugar, and you don't feel bogged down after you eat it, Jason. There's 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Music to my ears. It only has 140 calories a serving. Sometimes I do half a serving just because I be counting calories. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. Variety pack of 4 flavors are cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. I like cocoa. I had that today. I also like frosted. Fruity's good too. I don't need to make a convincing personal anecdote because I've eaten crates of this shit. I was buying Magic Spoon before they were a sponsor. And I don't know if they are still a sponsor, but I still will support them because it's a great... Look, they found a hole in the market. Delicious, fruity, sugary cereal. Took out the sugar. Put in some protein. Voila. They've built the better mousetrap in your mouth. Go to magicspoon.com/PTA to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code PTA at checkout to save $5 off your order. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/PTA and use the code PTA to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. I'm erasing this piece.
Two-tone, what's happening?
Dude, you're blazing. Where are you? Where are you in America?
Am I in America? Yeah, man, I'm outside Baltimore.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love Baltimore slang. The way they talk. It's like a bunch of truncated spoons clicking.
Is it that evident?
In the hood? Well, you don't have too much of it. I wouldn't have called it, but like the Baltimore slang is wild. That like tick book that kind of shit. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? So it sounds in my head like the aliens in District 9, you know? Anyways,
I like that.
What's going on? You're smoking, you're blazing. Is weed legal in Baltimore?
No, man, no.
Oh, well, you should go to jail forever because you're too high to fucking live right now. How stoned are you on a scale of 1 to Chong? How high are you?
Dude, no weed up in here, man.
Come on, dude. You can't have this. Never. You didn't have any weed in today.
None today. No.
Yesterday?
No, man.
What about the last decade of your life? Have you been smoking every day for 10 years?
Oh, the last decade? Oh, that's a haze. Yeah.
So you've been smoking for the past 10 years every day until 2 days ago.
Yeah, we could say that.
Okay. You sound like my brother who's a big stoner. Sorry, Brad. Didn't mean to out you. What can I help you with?
So I told Jason I got this story that I think is pretty good.
All right, here we go. Listen, I'm gonna go rapid fire. If this story doesn't have an arc and develop, okay, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna start cutting people off.
I can give you the spark notes.
I love you guys
ready?
in the Discord,
So-
but you're not all meant we're not all, pretty enough for television. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I could hit you with a question then.
Okay. What do you got? Let's talk about it.
So, born and raised at one point, small business, right?
Yeah.
Were you
Technically still a small business. In the scheme of things, in the grand scheme.
Well, not a one-man operation, right?
Definitely not a one-man operation, no.
So were you, because I've got something kind of cooking on the side here, but I'm also still working full-time, and it is like I am drowning.
Oh, yeah. It hurts.
Was there anything you did to manage that?
No, I'm completely out. I'm doing it right. I'm still doing it right now.
That's it, man. I'm tired.
I'm out of my fucking mind. Are you kidding me? It's so hard. The only way I manage it is that the only way I manage all the work I have to do is I do more stuff. I know that sounds insane, but if you put so much on your plate that you have to do things and you have to meter it out by the minute at times, that's how shit gets done. Because if I just have like 2 things to do in a day, I might not do shit. But if I have 7 things, like I'm in pre-production on 2 things right now. I'm shooting something tomorrow and I'm shooting something Saturday. The one tomorrow is big. The one Saturday is small. 2 commercials, okay? For Born and Raised. One is with Born and Raised and it's and a big partner we're partnering with. And one is just Born and Raised, pure Born and Raised. So I'm in pre-production on a commercial. While I'm doing that, I'm also negotiating shit in the art department, talking to the guys in the art department. Okay, that looks good. Fix this. Boom, boom, boom. Negotiating those 2 things. And sometimes I'm doing those 2 things and I'm pitching on a commercial in the real world, outside of Born and Raised land. On top of that, I have a podcast that I have to do weekly, and I got to keep Jason, in the style of shorts that he's accustomed to, which is long nylon down to the ankles. So the thing is, and on top of that too, in order to keep this whole fucking machine moving, I got to get up. I got to go to the gym and I got to wrestle men. I got to try to choke or be choked. That way I have a small fail or victory in the morning, something to think about, something to get my blood boiling and to get my limbs moving. And then I got to meditate once a day, 20 minutes TM. Listen, you got to pack this shit in. Now this happens because A, I'm from a different generation. B, I'm older. Because I'm going to tell you something. I fucked around until I was like 30. I fucked around. I fucked around. Okay? So the thing is, I think that me personally, I'm making up for lost time. I have a lot of interests, have a lot of passions. I have a lot of things I want to do. So I stay going. I stay grinding. I stay hustling. And, a lot of times, year by year, there's not much of a payout. I'm not fucking rich, but I'm pushing. Am I doing this to get rich? Not exactly. I like to have some money so I can do other projects. I like to have some money so I could have one day I can have my dream garden, which would have a duck, a German Shepherd, a Shih Tzu, a turtle, maybe some chickens for eggs, maybe some sort of a marmoset. I want to raise them all at the same age, at a young age. Okay, and I want to raise them all as babies, so they all don't know what each other is. I want to raise them as a small community of animals that can just run wild and engage and have fun with each other. That's literally one of my dreams. I'm not even kidding. I literally want to do that one day. And maybe I'm going to get there when I'm 60. My other dream is to have a property with a barn on it in which I can go and paint and sculpt and be left alone and play music. In that barn, in my dream barn, there's a wet room, there's a studio. I can paint, I can sculpt I'll have giant slabs of stone. I'll sculpt out of stone. I'll listen to music. Maybe I'll have a heavy bag in there once in a while if I want to kick it. Maybe they'll be mad. Maybe I'll still be rolling. I'll have some mats in there. The other dream is to have a little ice bath sauna in the backyard so I can recover. I have all these dreams. I want to get a hyperbaric chamber one day. All of my dreams are focused around my own wellness, feeling good, internally. My dreams are not focused around Bugattis and mini mansions and shit like that. My dreams kind of are like holistic, in my opinion. Animals, sauna, and studio. That's kind of my that's the focus for me. Now, that's what I want out of my life. And I know the thing about me is I know very clearly what it is that I want. That's one area where I may differ. I've always known what I wanted. I've just taken a very long, snake-like road to get there. But I'm getting there. I'm inching towards it. Did that answer any question you asked? I don't know why. I don't know why I just went through this. I started off with a duck and a German Shepherd.
I mean, this whole thing started because I wanted new toys.
Yeah. What do you want? What are your new toys? What kind of toys do you want?
I do like 3D modeling design and then additive manufacturing. So like 3D printing. And now I'm trying to dip my feet into like subtractive. So like machining. So now I want a mill. I want a lathe in the garage. And that's where the business came from. If I sell a couple of these little designs here, I can buy a new printer.
What are you fabricating?
A lot of it's like whatever people want me to do. You name it, I'll model it, I'll print it, some of the stuff I do is like goofy shit. Like people buy the hell out of this. It's like a cup holder. It goes in your car cup holder, but it's designed to fit like slim cans, normal cans, coffee mugs, like Nalgene bottles, hydro flasks. You know, all the shit that doesn't like fit right in a cup holder. It's like a one object fit everything in it.
Oh, that's sick.
Because I got tired of spilling coffee on my way to work at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's fucking great. So you're fabricating little knickknacks and doodads that you need to kind of get through life.
Most of the shit is stuff that I needed that other people went, that's cool. I would pay for that.
That's sick. Okay, I back that. I love that. I think that's the shit.
And that's why, like, you know, I don't want to like stop doing it, but I feel like sometimes I'm like, I've got like a young baby at home too. So sometimes I feel like I'm like I get up for work at 4:45 and I'm probably going to sit here and work until about midnight.
Wait, but you also have an actual job too?
Yeah, I've got a full-time day job.
What's your day job?
Like, I'm an engineer.
Oh, okay. See,
so
I think this is great. Here's what I think. Here's my advice. I think this is fucking great. You have things that you want to do. You're not trying to like, you have a genuine interest in creating things that you need, right? Or that you think the world might need. You're plugging holes in the market, holes that may or may not need to be filled. I fucking back that. I love that. I think you should do this. By any means, keep grinding. And I know that it sounds like some Gary Vee shit, but you know, I think that like, I think that eventually, what happens is you'll start to see some progress in things, and one day. You know, everyone's been in this position where they have one job and they want to get into another job, and it's going to hurt for a little bit and it's painful. And then you get to start your company, right? And then when you get to start your company, it's a whole different kind of pain, but it's yours, and you're not doing someone else's fucking job. You know, like our last call. What was his name, Jason? Bam Bam Zingo. See, don't be like Bam Bam and take a job and get mad when they ask you to do an extra 10 minutes of work, so you mail their keys to Brazil. What a fucking dick. You know, like, listen, man, life is fucking hard, and that's okay, you know? And it's going to be painful, but, you know, nothing good comes from just sitting around. And pain is a part of the process of getting what you want in my life. It's not for everybody. A lot of people just get what they want, but I've never been able to get anything easy. It's always been a kind of a long battle for me, and I'm okay with that because that's just how I'm fucking built, and that's just what I do. So I say, how old's your kid?
6 months.
6 months. Okay, you got a little baby.
I actually talked to you, Dr. Nipples and Heavy, and asked you guys for some advice before he was born.
Oh, really? Was it any good? Was it any good, or was it just trash advice?
You told me to get him on the bong as soon as possible.
Okay, did you do that? Did you get
the Ritalin flowing and make sure he's not autistic?
Did you get him My First Dabs? The baby bong?
Yeah, that's it.
The PTA baby bong for new dads. My First Dabs.
It's all plastic.
Yeah. Dude, good advice, I think. I mean, really. Yeah, also, I forgot to say, also on top of this, definitely take some of your kids' Ritalin, because you know at 6 months, you've got to get him on like 20 milligrams a day for sure. Get him started soon. You want to get this guy focused, because, you know, if you drop the ball, you got to raise your next little Gary Vee to pick up the slack. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, all bullshit aside, I'm all for I love industry. In that, I love the sense of industry. I love being an entrepreneur. It's very hard at times, but it's rewarding because, you know, I'll tell you one of the biggest gifts of being an entrepreneur and owning a company is I get to nap whenever the fuck I want. And I do. And I tell people it's nap time.
That's kind of the problem I'm getting to is like now I'm going to my day job and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what I'd rather be doing is the thing I really care about.
Well, yeah, but you can get there if you want. If you really want to get there, you'll get there. Listen, man, like you'll get there. If you grind hard enough and you push, I think you can get there.
Oh, word.
I think so. I mean, what the fuck else are you gonna do? You're just gonna die.
Maybe sooner than later. Who knows?
Maybe, you know. I mean, we're all gonna fucking die one day. I mean, what are we doing here? You know, you got to give your you named your son Tiberius, correct? That's what we told you to name your kid, I'm sure.
I have a feeling, yeah, something like that.
Tiberius. So listen, young Tiberius, he's going to need, first of all, he's going to need a squadron of Web3 jet skis right out the gate. He's already going to have a crippling Ritalin addiction, which is going to serve him in the metaverse for sure. But, you know, you're going to need to put him through Meta College, and it costs money. It costs scratch. And better, why not? The guy that invented this skinny cup holder, that's the guy that puts his kid through any college he wants to because he's fucking a billionaire. And $1 billion in 2029 is about 150K, I think. So do the math there, really, is what this is a math pod. Let's just do some math, people. What was your sneaky story? Oh no, that was the other guy. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting disoriented because of all this.
I can give you the quick version.
Okay, let's hear it.
So when I was in college, I was working like IT help desk for this company.
Yeah.
And on my first day, the network administrator quit. So they basically gave the reins of this bi-coastal company to me at 18 years old.
Okay.
So once I kind of figured the lay of the land and got everything moving, I just like out of boredom started kind of like poking around with my admin privileges and looking through files. And at the time, our boss wouldn't pay for like an enterprise instant messenger. So he built his own. And as I was poking around, I found he was logging every chat file for everyone in the company.
Whoa.
So
Wait, he built his own messaging app?
But yeah, so he wouldn't have to pay for one.
I mean, that's
he was saving.
That I got to give him credit. That's pretty amazing, I think. He built his own messaging app. Isn't that pretty cool? No? You don't think that's impressive?
It was rudimentary.
Rudimentary. You're not
and
impressed.
Simple. Yeah, it didn't have bells and whistles. You know, it was text send.
So he made like a Slack, his own version of Slack.
Yeah, the shitty version of Slack. But he was saving everybody's private conversations on our network. And
you found
me
out.
being 18 and bored. Oh man, I read the shit out of him.
No way.
So my boss, I found out, was having an affair with someone in sales, and his wife used to come in every Friday and bring their baby in for lunch.
No way.
So he gets on me. My last week, they hire a new guy who's going to be the full-time network admin. And my boss, he reams me out for being 15 minutes late after being 19 and keeping this entire network afloat. So maybe like the last guy did something shitty, but on my last day, I wrote that. I didn't do anything like malicious. I just wrote that file path down and gave it to the new network administrator and basically wrote like a note saying like, here's your promotion.
Like if you ever need to get promoted, just show them this.
Yeah, just be like, hey man, like you're spying on everyone here, and I don't think your wife wants to see this.
I feel like what you did was much more sophisticated than mailing someone's keys to fucking Brazil, and I back it. I back this. So look, I'm not against the worker, you guys. I know I have employees. I'm a worker myself. All right, I'm not. I have a couple employees. Give me a fucking break. But I got to tell you something. Mailing someone's keys did not fit the crime of asking the guy to do 8 more minutes of work in his day. He just asked the guy to send 6 emails, and the guy had a fucking spasm, mailed his keys to Brazil, and then drove him to the side of a truck. I mean, what a maniac. Listen, I back it. I think what you did is fair. I think that guy was a creep. I think that, it makes me think about, like, how often do you think that there are affairs in the workplace if you're working long hours?
He wasn't the only one. There were a few others.
Right? Like everyone's fucking in the fucking office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you're an engineer by day. You're making skinny cup holders by night. Your son Bartholomew is wildly addicted to Ritalin and probably oxycodone pretty soon. That's good.
And mellowed out with the Fisher Price bong.
Yeah, he's got the dabs for dads baby bong set. Listen, man, you're living the American dream. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you can fabricate the fuck out of something that changes the world or just makes you some scratch because you're going to need some money. What part of America are you in again? Baltimore, right?
Baltimore, yeah.
I mean, Baltimore, you got to be able to get a house in Baltimore for 80 grand. Am I wrong?
Yeah, actually, it's like one of the most expensive areas now, like based on the income.
What's a baller house in Baltimore cost?
I mean, like an average like single family home in our area is like pushing $400,000 to $500,000.
Oh, it's not cheap.
Which maybe not a lot, but like 2-3 years ago, maybe only 250. So they're just like skyrocketing.
Fuck. I mean, where are people supposed to live when if the rates just keep going up? Where are we just all gonna live in these like modular IKEA cabinets? Like, where are we supposed to? We're gonna be stacked like sardines, like Japanese businessmen in those sleepover fucking things. You know, like
it'll be like you just rent a morgue and you'll slide out every morning.
Yeah, you slide out of your little board, you go to work, you eat some fucking noodles, you get drunk, and you slide back into your closet. I mean, yeah, I'm looking around right now at purchasing a house, and it's fucking scary, man. It's like, 1.2 to get you a fucking basic starter kit in LA where I want to live. You know what I mean? It's no joke. It is no joke, my friend. Well, great talking to you. I got to increase the pressure in my spray can. I'm going to work on this throw up. And keep pushing. And listen, man. Like my mom always said, everyone walks around thinking life's supposed to be good all the time. It hurts. She's like, you're not supposed to feel good all the time. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. Oftentimes I do not feel good. But you do. You just keep going.
It's good advice. I like that.
I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? What else is there to do? You got to build your empire for young Stephen Hawking. You got to keep that guy in his fucking Ritalin. And, you got to hope that he doesn't end up doing graffiti because it's a fucking big waste of time. Just kidding, guys. Graffiti is amazing. I'm trying to get the right color blue here. All right. Thanks for calling. We'll talk again later. Check in. I want to know what's going on.
Catch you later.
And I want to know about your inventions. I mean, I'm a bit of an inventor myself,
Hey, you got any ideas and you need them made?
Oh,
let me know.
My friend, I have so many ideas.
Yeah, hit it up.
I'd be inventing shit. This can is not working. Okay. Great talking to you. Who's next?
Doug.
Oh no, not Doug.
Wow, thanks. What up, Two-Tone?
Doug is the name of my landlord that looks like it looks like John Voight in Anaconda. Doug's lurking around the complex right now, guaranteed.
Damn, brutal. I don't like being associated with landlords. That sucks. Two-Tone, my question for you. I'm curious how you feel like graffiti art and also the culture around graffiti has changed since you started and like where it is today.
Jesus Christ, Doug. You want to hit me with the softball first? Fuck. How is graffiti? I mean, graffiti, when I was a kid, I feel like none of this shit I'm saying is like, I'm not like, well, my day, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't care. But when I was a kid, it was much more, graffiti writers were a much more specific breed of person. Now I feel like you have to do graffiti at some point in your life. Right? Like, I feel like everyone is why is this shit dripping so much? I'm whacking the fuck out on this throw up. I don't know why. Gotta get a better cap. 100% beef, that's gonna be a mess. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is pretty good. A little splattery fucker. Graffiti, how is graffiti? Why does it do that? I'm losing my line. Sorry, I'm trying to do a throw up while we talk.
You're good.
How has graffiti changed? Well, I don't know. It's changed a lot, and it hasn't, because I'm going to tell you something. All the guys that I wrote with, a lot of them are still active. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a graffiti roundtable with some of the boys, and I think we might go paint. We might go paint a wall. Now, they want to get me out bombing, but I can't do it because I just made a decision not to go bombing anymore. I just made this decision. I just got to stop. And when I quit things, I just quit them, So, but that being said, see, I'm really whacking out on this fucking line. How has graffiti changed? Well, Okay, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Hold on. Now I'm in the house. Now I'm in the fucking thing. I'm somehow behind the wall that I'm painting. This is no good. All right. Sorry, Doug. 1 second. Bear with me.
No, I'm here.
I'm in the metaverse right now. Am I buying NFTs? This is what I'm buying NFTs. Is that what I'm doing, Jason? I'm in the wall. Okay, how do I teleport out of this bitch? Oh, fuck. What a mess. This literally looks like, the great thing about this app is it looks like a shitty, like whack throw up I would do if I was very rusty, which I am. So congrats for making me feel like shit. I don't even know how to answer this question. Why are you asking me this question, Doug?
Because Jason said we had to submit questions before, and I was racking my brain and thought I'd ask you about graffiti since we were doing a graffiti pod.
It's true. It's true. You know, I had this thought the other day about graffiti. I'll say this. I'm not going to answer your question, but I'll tell you my thought. When I was a kid, graffiti was the first thing that gave me any meaning and gave me something to pursue. So you have a name, right? So if you're a graffiti writer, you have a name and you become obsessed with being that name, right? Let's say your name is say your name is Two-Tone. Well, all of a sudden, everything in your life is now based around the idea of this name Two-Tone. So if you go somewhere, I just did this the other day. Listen, not very graffiti writer. I went to a ceramics class with my girlfriend. Sorry, that's changed. You never hear of a graffiti writer say that in their entire history of graffiti, but I did. I went to a ceramics class with my girlfriend, and I made a mug, okay? And they gave us these little letters to put in the mug. And the mug, I made it say Two-Tone on it because I'm still, to this day, obsessed with the name Two-Tone from a graffiti standpoint, right? So if you have this name that you're obsessed with, everything you do reflects it. Like if you go somewhere and you're like, like it's like this really weird thing. Like you're constantly paying allegiance to this name outside of graffiti. I always think of this writer, I think it was named Noah, and he made something in carpentry class, and it was like a big N that was like a house. I remember seeing it in some magazine. And it's so endemic of like, when you become so hyper obsessed with this name, this like nom de plume, this identity, that it seeps into everything. Like if you ever have a chance to like ID a pair of shoes, you put your graffiti name on it, or your graffiti name on it, or let's say you get a birthday cake, you might put your name on the birthday cake. Like any chance you have to represent that name, you do, even outside of graffiti. And that's a really interesting thing because it gave me graffiti was the first thing that I ever actually believed in and ran towards. And I think that hasn't changed because graffiti writers are still the fucking same. They're still the same kind of people.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I have to say, the best part about that entire answer was right now, from my point of view, it's showing like an like an outside camera view of you spray painting, and you looked away from the wall, and I just was staring at a floating head making hand gestures. I really felt like I was in the room with you right now.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's great. Before I let you go, I feel obligated to give you an update. Chris Black brought me into the pod, but Big Chody helped me feel at home here. So shout out to both of them. But thing I did was I found the Seattle chimichanga guy. I'm also Seattle based, and I wanted to let you know that Seattle chimichanga guy and I have a plan, and I'm going to get him some fucking chimichangas, Two-Tone.
I don't understand what this chimichanga. Why is everyone talking about chimichangas? It's like saying, like, have you guys ever heard of a quesadilla? Like, why is everyone
it's Seattle.
Why is everyone up in arms about chimichanga? Like, you never, is it?
Listen,
what's that?
I saw an opportunity here to claim the title of the first Powerful Truth Angels Discord in-person meetup. And if that's documenting a dude's chimichanga tour around downtown Seattle, we'll make it fucking happen, Two-Tone.
I back, listen. Wait, is the chimichanga man in here too? I hear another voice
here right now. That's Big Chody, the guy that moved floating home.
Who's
up, Chody?
I'm going to be so insecure about your mother-in-law's sexy body and her high follower count on Instagram.
Wait, what? Whose mother-in-law?
This dude's mother-in-law's.
He's talking about my mother-in-law right now.
Whose mother-in-law is going viral?
No, my mother-in-law is not going viral. I told the Discord that my goal this year is to surpass my mother-in-law in Instagram follows. I'm like 400 behind right now.
How many followers?
I'm at like 1349. She's at like the high 1800s. It's not that hard.
She's really hot.
She is? What's her handle?
Can you drop the link?
I'm doxing my fucking mother-in-law. She probably love it, but I'm not going to.
It's a shame.
Jason, get that handle. I got to check her out. I got to check out those hobgoblins.
Oh, well, I
Too
can't
tall.
promote this on IG.
Dude, I got to check out. I got to see what your mother-in-law is working with. She's just.
I'll DM you.
Is she 40 with just a bodacious rack?
She was 40. That's all I'll say.
Dude, have
This
you
is
I'll
yeah.
say-
Thanks,
have you
Shorty.
whacked
I-
it? Have you whacked it
Correct.
to your girl's mom?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
That's your private life. You can whack it to whoever you want to. That's the freedom of being a person who touches their own genitals. You can whack it to anything.
Listen,
Literally,
show me
I'm looking at a
some of
blue
this.
frog.
But no, I'm married to her daughter, man. I would never do something so disgusting.
That's a
So you
fucking
already
yes.
love half of
He's
her.
completely whacked it to the mom. Oh, you son of a
Fuck
bitch.
no.
It's okay.
I didn't want to say this in case somebody listened, but here's the thing. Like, what I told Chody was that I'm whispering so my wife doesn't hear me. But I told when Chody asked me if my mother-in-law was hot, I just had to tell her. Tell Chody. I said, I to be able to comment on that. To determine that.
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. We'll erase the attraction.
Sure, if we want to say that. But yeah, no. Never happened, never will.
There is a phenomenon
Hey,
known as
Never say never.
too. Just so we're clear here. Jason, you can't have two
Don't ever
guys.
let
You
it
can't
get
have two guys on. It doesn't work. Don't ever do it again. Okay? Not two guys at a time ever again. I cannot. One dick at a time is all I can suck.
I'm gonna leave now and let Shody take over. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for giving the floor.
Young Chodiak.
Mr. Tone, how you doing?
What's popping, dog? What's going on? Is
Dude, I just
Chodiak,
worked
is
14
Chodiak
hours.
officially a moderator, Jason?
No,
Well,
I'm
what are you
not.
waiting for?
Jason's slacking.
You know I'm super busy this week, and I haven't been in the Discord much. I just pop in like once a day. I've been too busy, and but I want to say that
It's fine.
Chody's in there putting in work. I think we should give him some sort of managerial access. Have him bless people. A lot of people think that Chody doesn't exist too, because Chody's never in there when I'm in there, and Chody might be a psyop.
You know what? Am I a CIA psyop to gaslight you?
Yeah. Chody, what's going on, man?
That's my goal in life. Dude, I've just been putting in work in the Discord. I'm trying to keep the peace. You know,
There's some beef. Fucking Andrew left, right?
Andrew, we're gonna get Andrew back. We're gonna get Andrew back.
What happened? What's her
I feel
name?
bad.
What's her name? Fat shamed him?
No. There was no fat shaming involved. Okay. What happened was he would just spam, and people were trying to have combos and get drowned out by his spam. And I was gonna say something about it, and then Bowen said something about it before I could, and it just kind of rubbed him the wrong way. I feel like it wasn't a big deal, and I'll probably get him back. It was just like a slip up on my part for not being in there.
I don't understand. I see. This is very vague. Bones, you.
Okay. So what happened was Bones spoke up to him about spamming in the chat.
But is it
and
spamming
he
if
was
it's
like,
useful
"Fuck
information?
Well, the problem was that it wasn't that it was not useful information. It was just so much useful information at one time that anybody else trying to like enroast me, he would just post links. He would just post links to shit. And we were like, what does this have to do with anything?
Wow.
And there was nothing wrong with it. It could have just been like a hey, chill, but we didn't get a chance to do that because I wasn't around. I was working. I've been putting in 14-hour days, man.
You work at Starbucks, huh?
I work at Starbucks, and then right next to Starbucks is this place called Sumo Shack. If you're ever in North Carolina, don't try it. It's not that great.
Sumo Shack. What kind of food is that?
It's like a Asian twist on diner foods. We got smash burgers and hot dogs and shit, but with yum sauce and soy shit. It's great.
You said not to try it, but now you told me it's great.
It's great to cook it. I just don't think it's great food. It's pretty kind of grody in there.
North Carolina needs to chill out with that stuff. I was in South Carolina for a wedding recently. It was amazing. A nice place. Really cute.
South Carolina is much better in every way.
Whoa. Can you see what I'm doing in here, Chody?
I'm looking. I was kind of off to the side, but now I'm looking. That's fucking sweet.
I mean, I'm just catching tags willy-nilly, you know? I'm just over here running tags everywhere. I did a big
tag
Chody.
cracking.
I do a big Chody for the god.
You'll do a big Chody?
Big Chody.
I used to write Kraken.
Yep, I fucked that up. You used to write Kraken?
Yeah, Craken.
Oh, man.
That was pretty fucking cool, right?
Yeah, pretty cool, Chodes. I accidentally changed the color to gold. I did not mean to do that.
Oh, king me, baby.
Chody,
That's all me.
what else you got for me, man? What else is going on? So you're working at Starbucks. You're talking about moving to LA. You want to work as my assistant.
Yeah.
I cannot talk you out of that enough. It is the worst. I think working for me is a nightmare. Isn't it horrible to working for me, Jason? He emphatically says
the problem is that I scrub toilets for a living and cook food for assholes that don't care if I exist.
I feel like
literally anything is better.
I feel like what happens is water rises to its level, and within 2 months you'd be here being like, you know what, I'm gonna go try to work for Theo Vaughn. You know, I don't want to work for this guy anymore.
I'm gonna start my acting career.
This is a pain. Yeah, you'll get out here and you're gonna go to a couple TikTok parties, and next thing you know, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna start my own company.
Dude, I simply am not that ambitious at this point in time. I have an entrepreneurial spirit, but I can't be fucked to do anything right now. So I'm just I'll work for you.
You don't want to do anything.
And then I'll have such a good work ethic when I do start my own thing. I'll be at it.
You're not selling yourself, man. You know, you're like basically telling me you don't want to work, but you do want to chill.
No, it's not that I don't want to work. It's that I'm inexperienced in the work that I want to do.
What is the work that you want to do?
I'd like to get into the fashion industry to some degree. That's kind of been if it wasn't cooking, I wanted to do clothes. But I've always been nothing comes from North Carolina. We don't have anything here. They're like, oh yeah, that's a North Carolinian company. You don't hear that. We have P. Pablo. That's it.
I mean, but I feel like there are companies that come. Listen, there are some companies that no one's ever heard of on either of the coasts that are quietly making $70 million a year selling pictures of fucking trout to 40-year-old dads who fucking have John Deere riding mowers. There are companies out there that are quietly making shitloads of money. Everything shouldn't be something that aspires to be very cool. I think if it was up to me, I would have that fucking company. Give me the job where I'm just selling you a picture of of a beer and it says, hey, it's beer o'clock. That's fucking $17 million right there in that one graphic. I mean, I think it's you got to look at it objectively. Everyone can't be Sponto.
Yeah, no one can. I mean, there will never be another one. But it's all. I think growing up, looking at what you guys did and Supreme and fucking Nigo and all this other stuff, everyone wants to be the celebrity streetwear designer. Every kid.
Yeah, but that's one dude. Those are the outliers. And they are. Those are the outliers, man. There's dude, who wants to be? There's so much pressure to be that guy. I'd rather be the guy that's just I don't know, man. Being cool is overrated.
That's why I got certified in Microsoft Word and Excel.
You got certified in PowerPoint and Excel. You want to be a designer, but you're taking PowerPoint and you need to get into the Adobe suite, my guy. How about this?
That was the plan.
Yeah, you got to get into the Adobe suite. You got to get your hands dirty. South Carolina needs a t-shirt company. I mean, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You gotta get your finger on the pulse. Don't be another guy from out of town in LA trying to be cool. Be the coolest guy in North Carolina. That's what I would do. I wish I was from fucking North Carolina. I would fly back there so fast and drop $300,000 on a multi-fucking level mansion. It'd be insane.
Yo, not gonna lie, the reason why I was talking about moving to California is because people from California have been moving here so much that my rent is pretty much California rent, and I get paid pennies on the dollar.
That's
minimum wage here is $7.25, and I'm paying $1,300 in rent for a 2-bedroom spot.
But the people that are moving to North Carolina from California are the people that moved to California from Minnesota. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it's
100%.
not Angelinos. It's the people that just kind of go wherever the action is, and now they just burn. You know?
Yeah, but it burns everyone around.
No, that's fucking
Because like back in
sucks.
the day,
I
the
hate
spot
how
that I'm
much.
at right now would be like $800.
No, shit's too expensive, man. I don't know what all this inflation is not going to get any better. We're all fucked. We're all swirling down the toilet.
I want good food. There's not good food here, Two Tone. There's barbecue. You can only have so much barbecue.
True. You can get the bubbly guts.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Well, Chody, it's great talking to you. This headset's
It's great
making me
talking to you, too.
nauseous. But thanks for calling in, and I'll see you on the Discord shortly.
Of course. Have a good night, man.
My man. Chody, I can't say enough good things about that young man. He's got a future ahead of him. When he decides that he wants to work, right now he says, one day I'm going to work. And I'm like, well, call me back when that day hits. Right now, it's time for me to do this outline. I can't paint in this app and talk. It's really hard. Talk about bubblegum and whatever. We're making real serious rookie mistakes here, you know? Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
It's an experiment.
You're a fucking experiment if you ask me. All right. See, sometimes I leave the... Can you guys see when I go into the real world? Like when I step out and I can see you and Omar. Can you guys see this? It's amazing.
Kids, you there?
This is the last caller. I'm done. I gotta get back to work. My real job.
Kids, are you there?
Kits, are you there?
Yo, what up?
Yo, Kits, what's popping?
I'm loving this gold you're working with. I think that's the best color you brought out with this kind of burnt sienna. It's looking great.
You like this? Yeah, I really screwed the pooch on this one. I gotta. Next time I come in here, I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna really work on doing a piece. I've been unfocused.
Man, it's actually wild though to watch just how because it's VR, your line work is still just so on point. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not good, dude. It's like I'm doing a really bad.
It's the cans. It's the cans that are the issue, but the lines are like supreme. The lines are great.
Well, I don't know. Could be better, you know. But
yeah, this is how you should have taught Maddie, maybe. But
I know, right? But what fun is that?
Definitely.
Having first you got to teach Maddie VR, and that's a whole show unto itself. But we're talking about sending him a headset and having him jump in here.
Oh, you gotta have the headphones lifted off your ears because he'll blow those right out.
Yeah, exactly. That guy just yelling, screaming. Fucking
yeah.
guy.
Anyway, so I got a story about mailing my keys. No, I'm just kidding. I got a simple question. I think it's not going to make you think too hard. You can maybe answer it while you paint.
Okay.
You can ignore it as well. So, would you rather be a cowboy in a vampire movie or a vampire in a Western?
Oh, a vampire. Easy question.
Vampire in the Western? How come?
Because a vampire has all the 6 skills, and the cowboy in the vampire movie is just gonna get fucked up. Vampire.
But the cowboy in the vampire movie becomes a vampire, and they also have the gunslinging skills.
You didn't say that. You said a cowboy in a vampire movie.
But in the vampire world, you become a vampire if you get bit, right?
Listen, I want to be the vampire. All right, that's what I want to do.
That makes sense. So what's your first move?
As a vampire?
Yeah, like, are you robbing a bank, or are you trying to garner favor and be some monopolizer in this Western world?
I mean, first thing I gotta do is feed. Okay, I gotta satisfy my bloodlust, and I'm fully committed to
and
this
there's lots of
killing.
blood.
Yeah, I'm killing. I'm gorging on blood. I really whacked out on this. You know what? I'm embarrassed of how bad I did. People are gonna see this and be like, "Yeah, this guy's a fucking toy. Let me get out of here." I'm done with the VR. So, I listen.
Pick it up.
Why?
We need it for streaming.
Okay. Well, what do you mean? Can I just? I'm done. I can't do this anymore. We did 45 minutes, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the microphone system is in the headset.
The microphone system is in the headset. Listen, I'll just be the vampire. Give me the blood orgy. Even if it's in the Wild West where everything's smelly and dusty, I'm still down because eventually I'm going to make it to the 90s where you're going to have the most fun. And then
That's true. You get the longevity.
You get the longevity. You also get to stack up a lot of money. You get to travel around, and you just get to be a fucking, like, being a vampire is like just being like a sick ass magician. You can impress people all the time. Check this out. I just jumped off a building. I had sex with my mother-in-law. I did everything, you know? And that all comes with being the undead and having an insatiable thirst for blood. Insatiable.
It's going for it.
Insatiable.
Like, you show up in LA in 2022 and you hear this guy, he's just talking shit on Kendrick Lamar, and you just vampire out on him, you know?
Right,
and
but
like, no harm, no foul.
And I don't need to be a vampire to handle Chris Black, okay? It's you know.
That's true.
I think one of my nieces could take care of that guy.
I think Bam Bam could take care of him in his current condition.
Who?
Bam Bam Zingalo.
Bam Bam Zing. Oh, yeah. That fucking guy. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
No, your answer makes sense, Tone. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And like I said, it's nice to see you kind of painting. And shout out everyone in Discord, especially Bam Bam Zingalo.
Discord. Shout out to the community.
Looks like Z's in there, a Leafy Fern. You know, we got the whole crew. Swarlito. DD Bones is checking in. He's just starting a tour today.
Whoa, Vizzy has
exciting
paint.
shit in the Discord.
Shout out to Vizzy. He's got paint in this thing.
Oh yeah.
Word. All right. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. All right, I'm done. Love you guys.
Any questions for me?
It's been great, huh?
I said, you got any questions for me?
No, I don't.